Hello guys, it's me again, back with another Project Style just video because I'm obsessed with this game currently. Today we're going to be doing a PvP tier list. Let me know if you want more of these in the future because I was thinking of doing like a stand skin because there's a lot of stand skin tier, like just a lot of stand skins, and a lot of them look really cool, and a lot of them look really dumb. So this is just for PvP. Do keep in mind this is early days. I've had pretty much all these stands. In fact, have I? Yeah, I have had all these stands before, and I haven't used them. So we're just going to be going through all these. I do notice just now that there is no Star Platinum Prime. That's fine. We'll just I'll just say where it is. I'll keep that one for last, right? So first of all, we're gonna just go obvious. As you can see, I've made a Tower of Bad tier. This guy literally just has left clicks. I think he does more damage than your punch, but that's not really enough to make it good. Moving swiftly along from that. Emperor is interesting. It's very, like, spammy. You literally just run away and you shoot. I think C is, like, probably what average performance is going to be, but you can probably get it to B if you're, like, good enough at that. I'd also put Hermit Purple probably... I know, because Hamon Infusion's pretty good. It's just not got a barrage, and barrage is very important in this game. Okay, I'm gonna put it in B. If it had like some kind of barrage move, I'll put it in A. Horus is actually very interesting because the projectiles are very good. Again, no barrage. And by the way, this spoiler for this video, if you don't have barrage, it is very difficult to be good because there's a very good source of damage. This is for PvP. I might make it like a PvE, so like best ones for dungeons, because this list would be very different if we're talking about dungeons. So Horus, I'd say, is B tier. He's got very good damage, very good range. He's got like that move that does like a huge radius around. I'd say that's very, very good. Next up, I'm going to cover Death 13. I've got quite an extensive thing of this. I think Death 13 probably around here. Death 13 is very good. Sleep is very good. Got a good barrage damage. Its left click does, I think it's like 5 hits, so he does like a swiping motion. It's very good. I'd say it's top of B tier, not quite A or S, because these guys have like more unique abilities than A and S. The Fool just doesn't have many abilities. If you don't have many abilities, it's just you're not going to be particularly great. Same kind of story of Judgment, except for Judgment just has more general stuff to it. Cream is okay. I mean, this guy used to be able to like one-shot bosses, I hear, until it was patched. Unfortunately, anymore, it's just that for PvP, he's just not that great. He's got some interesting looking moves. It's just damage output's not that great. Hierophant Green. I'm thinking of Emerald, like the 20-meter Emerald barrier, and it's just not particularly good. Like I've been in PvP several times with a stand, and your opponent your opponent can just run out of it half the time, and one of your moves just being completely useless isn't actually that great. It's probably better than Death 13 because Emerald Splash is good. It's basically just a barrage if you get close enough, and it does a lot of damage, like 1.4s and hit if you don't have a modifier. It's very good. Magician's Red. Oh, we're getting interesting now. I think Magician's Red is similar. I think so. Magician's Red, there's like a 5-node list of like you increasing their fire damage, and I'd say that is very good. He does have quite significant damage output. Again, lack of barrage. Same story with this guy. Actually, just because of lack of barrage, it's probably like this, but he is very good damage output wise. It's just not having barrage does really hurt your stand. Anubis. This is interesting. I think it's worse than Emperor, but it does have barrage, which is quite good. I'd actually say Emperor's probably better than Cream. Yeah, that makes about sense. Oh, we got some interesting ones. Silver Chariot is definitely an A tier. Silver Chariot, when you go unarmored, yes, he does only have 5 defense, which is quite bad. Armored, he does 50, which is pretty good actually. It's like because I think Star Platinum has like 55 or 60. And the world has 58 when he has a certain node active. 50 defense is very good, but it's like when he's in his unarmored state, when you have this heavy slash, it does like this like huge like It's like your multiple sword swings, sword slashes happen to the opponent. It does a lot of damage, like 0.6, so it's like a second barrage in a way. After image barrage is very good. The move he has when he's armored is also very good, like lunging strike, where he basically knocks down the opponent. Very good for situations when you're on back foot. Right, the world is just the best stand. In my opinion, best stand in the game currently. He doesn't cost that much. I would argue knives currently are kind of useless. Like, the cooldown's really low. You might be able to get some chip damage. I don't think it's particularly good. He has the best move in the game, in my opinion, which is Donut. When it does decide to work, it's just like a 30 damage TP move, which is ridiculous, by the way. Having a node which increases defense is quite absurd. His barrage is the highest damaging, I believe. It doesn't last the longest, but it does wands, which actually stops your opponent from regenning as much as like his Star Platinum was barraging him. Barraging your opponent. Time stop, 9 seconds, I believe it is, at fully maxed. The range is incredibly far. I'd say the world is just the best consistent stand. Now, regular Star Platinum, I'd say, is right up there with him. Doesn't have time stop, but luckily time stop's not too broken in this game, I find. Like, you can get a decent combo off, but it's not as game-breaking as something in, like, your Bizarre Adventure, where if your opponent doesn't have time stop resistance, which all these guys do not, well then, like, if you time stop in your Bizarre Adventure, your opponent's dead, from pretty much any stand. In this game, you can maybe get, like, an 8 for their health bar currently, which I think is how it should be. I don't think it should be a win button. Which it is not in this game. So I'd say it's very good. Now, Star Platinum Prime, I don't really, for some reason there's not one here, but Star Platinum Prime I would actually probably put, I don't know if that's controversial or not, I'd probably put it in A tier because it doesn't have as many damaging moves. It doesn't have, it gets rid of Platinum Slam and gets enhanced eyesight, which to my knowledge only just like notifies you where enemies are, which can be okay in PvE situations. Its time stop is very, very short. The only good thing about... Okay, maybe it's an S. Okay, Star Platinum Prime is an S below Star Platinum. And that's just because it's skill... It doesn't cost as much to upgrade, but... Because it's only like 85 or something. It's very easy to max. So yeah. That's my tier list. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. See ya.